Hey guys, this is Thoth from the Batsquatch podcast. I was just letting you know that if you're down on your luck, you ain't got any money, and you're sick of begging your parents for money to buy a beer or anything at all, download the Anchor app. The Anchor app is the easiest way to make a podcast. I mean, it's almost as easy as breathing. They distribute it for you. They teach you how to do basically everything. It's kind of like guided meditation for the podcast enthusiast. I mean, this is the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, I can't think of anything that's easier or more fun than getting on the Anchor app and making a podcast. So get on board and try it out. It's amazing. Thanks. What's up, everybody? This is Thoth. Welcome back to the Batsquatch podcast. I hope your day was awesome, and I hope you like this podcast. If you do like this podcast, check out the YouTube page. Find me on Patreon, and send a coin to your Witcher. Okay, so I wanted to talk about a few things. Before you go to bed, I think the best, probably the healthiest thing that you can do is to drink 4 ounces of red wine. Not like directly before you go to bed, but half hour or so before you go to sleep. Drink about 4 to 5 ounces of red wine, and it'll clean out your arteries, clean out the plaque in your heart. It'll increase the circulation of blood flow inside your body, and it will put years onto your life. And also meditate before bed. Remember, the secret to meditation is to ask for help. Ask the masters for their help for whatever. Ask them to help you to slow down your thoughts, and ask them to come get you if you leave your body. And if you have any questions about anything about existence, anything mystical, past lives, anything you can think of that's spiritual, or just that is just related to truth, ask the masters that question or questions before you meditate or during meditation, and they'll come and help you. And that can be any master, any spiritual master, from Buddha, Krishna, Yeshua, White Eagle, Hanuman, anyone you can think of. And also ask them to heal your body while you sleep. And then when you wake up, meditate. Meditate before bed. Meditate when you wake up. Do some form of exercise, like high knees, running in place, shadow boxing, shadow kickboxing, even jumping jacks if you want to take it back to middle school. Exercising on an empty stomach when you wake up, it mobilizes stored body fat inside your cells, and they get released and burned up, and you feel better throughout the day if you do fasted exercise right when you wake up. You'll notice that your mood will be better. You'll feel different. You'll feel better. You'll feel more relaxed. And it's just a good way to start your day off. And also ask for the masters for help in reaching enlightenment, or finding whatever mystical or spiritual questions you have that you've been wondering about, or just general questions about truth. truth in general. Ask the masters and try to pay attention when you're waking up, when you're coming back into your body, because when you sleep, you leave your body and you go to the astral plane most of the time, the higher astral level. But usually if you are part of if you're on the path to enlightenment, you're going to leave your body and go to the higher realms, the highest places. And then when you'll come back to your body is right when a few minutes before you wake up. Usually try to pay attention when you're barely waking up, because you'll be able to hold on to whatever you learned when you were asleep, when you were outside of your body, traveling to those higher realms. It's just little things like that can really make a difference and really speed up whatever spiritual path you're on, or whatever type of truth that you're trying to figure out. These little things work. That's usually how it all comes together. Is a whole bunch of little things here and there will all of a sudden come together, and you'll have a huge spiritual experience just out of the blue. But most of the time you'll sense it before it happens. It could be one of the masters appearing to you. You could be all of a sudden find yourself aboard a UFO ship of your star family, or you could find yourself just standing there looking at your body in the chair you're sitting in, and wondering how you got there, how you got out of your body. But it's your brain, your body will bring you back into your body instantly. It's nothing to be scared of. One thing I also wanted to mention was that of the, I don't know, hundreds of times I've left my body, I've never seen a silver cord attached. Never seen it. I don't think it exists. I think it's a scare tactic to create fear so that people won't practice meditation or try to practice out-of-body meditation, because you kind of have two options. You can take mushrooms or LSD or ayahuasca, peyote, and you can leave your body and see the real world, the spirit world, and you can see the truth of existence and reality. Or you can just simply meditate for a few years, and that'll happen anyway. And if you take the meditation route, then you can do that every day at will. You can leave your body and see the real world, the spirit world, the higher realms every day, just from meditation. Sometimes if you take the shortcut with the psychedelics, it can take you a little longer. It can kind of it takes a longer time to be able to do it naturally after you've taken the psychedelics. But if you do take psychedelics, meditate. Don't party and hang out, or go somewhere quiet with a friend. You need somebody with you, and meditate. Meditate while you're on mushrooms, ayahuasca, LSD, peyote. Meditate. That's the trick. That's how you get. That's what these plant medicines are for, because they are medicine, and they're spiritual medicine. Because everybody in a modern society needs some help in almost everything spiritual, and that's why they're illegal. Because if you take psychedelics and you meditate on them, you'll see the true reality, the real world, and you'll understand that religion isn't true. And that's why they're illegal, because the government doesn't want, well, not the government, but the I guess the Illuminati, they don't want you to know that religion is false, and that the truth of reality is spirituality, the spirit world, the higher dimensions, and they don't want you to know that that's the truth of existence, and that you're a multidimensional being that is eternal, and that is on the path to being a creator of your own in the higher realms, much like the creator aliens I've told you about before. That's kind of where the spiritual path leads, but you always have free will to go to the whatever higher planes or higher dimensions you want to go to. So, but don't be afraid to leave your body, because there is no cord, and most of the time, if you ask for protection from the masters and your ancestors before you meditate, they'll come and get you. I mean that literally. They'll show up. Once you leave your body, there will be Buddha standing there or Krishna standing there, and they'll come and get you and protect you and answer any questions you have. So I just wanted to throw that out there and just let you guys know that fear is a choice. You shouldn't fear. In spirituality, fear is a choice, and you shouldn't fear anything. There's no reason to be scared of the spiritual world, because that's your home. This material existence is just a learning area, and we're in the lowest level of learning. And the point is that meditation, psychedelics, practicing Kriya Yoga, Raha Yoga, doing Tai Chi, all these type of things will bring you out of this dimension, this lowest dimension, and really help you speed up the path of enlightenment and truth, and get you out of here so you don't have to keep reincarnating in this lower dimension, because I'm not coming back to this lower dimension. I'm out of here. So, and the other point I wanted to make is that a lot of people with near-death experiences will be heavily religious, and they'll have their near-death experience, and they'll come back and they'll say, God is a consciousness, pure love, a type of a light, pure light consciousness that permeates everything. And they'll also say, I believe in reincarnation now. Or some of them even say, I know reincarnation is real and the truth of reality, because they'll remember their past lives, because they'll have a life review, and that life review is like a panoramic screen where you instantly know and feel everything you've ever done, and there's no judgment. Remember that the Creator, the Great Spirit doesn't judge you. It just says, what do you want to do now? You can do these things, or you can go back into your body. I can send you back down to that lower level, and but that's most religious people. They change after their near-death experience, because the majority of near-death experiences are the same. There's a common thread through all of them, and that is that the light takes them to a light being, or it takes them to the Creator, and they remember their past lives. They remember reincarnation is truth, and they remember where their past lives were, and some of them weren't. Some of them have been on other planets. Some of their past lives they were aliens, and they'll come back and completely change their perspective. But my point is that you don't have to die to know those things. There's no need you don't need to die to know that. all you have to do is practice out-of-body meditation and like I said, ask the masters to come get you and protect you. And that's really it. You'll leave your body. It takes some practice, and you'll leave your body, and then you'll see the truth of reality. You'll see your alien family, who are human. Most of the time they're human, or humanoid with an human body, animal head. Or you'll go up to the higher dimensions or higher planes and see light beings, angelic beings. Sometimes you might go up to the rainbow realms where the beings there are humanoid, human looking, but they have like liquid light bodies in like I said, a rainbow of colors, different colors. Most of them are blue, have blue liquid bodies, like liquid light bodies, and it goes on and on. But you don't have to die to see these things. You can leave your body and go talk to the Creator if you want. Paramahansa Yogananda talked a lot about that. Excuse me. Through Kriya Yoga meditation, he would leave his body and go and talk to the Creator quite frequently. And it's something anyone can do. It's really simple. It gets easy once you understand how to do it. But I have to stress to you guys to always ask for protection and always kind of clear the space you're in, clear the area of negativity or negative spirits and things like that. Just all things negative. Clear the space. And then ask the masters for protection and to come and pick you up when you leave your body. It's kind of like a spiritual Uber, I guess. So, I had a lot happen today. I was contacted, not by my alien family. I was contacted by the skunk Sasquatch, the skunk ape, or the swamp Sasquatch, or the skunk Bigfoot. One of them contacted me, came to me today, and simply asked me to talk about them and to talk about what they, how they got here on this planet, and just what their message is, and what they know, and what they want us to know, and what they're about, and what they do, and I guess just a bunch of different things. The first thing that happened was the room I was in all of a sudden smelled like skunk. Like a skunk. And I know this is a common thing, that if you're contacted by the skunk Sasquatch, that you'll smell it. It's almost immediately. And it was very strong, very powerful scent, and then he appeared, and I heard telepathically the skunk Sasquatch speaking to me telepathically, and he said hello, and I'm from the skunk Sasquatch family and people, and I said the first thing I asked him was, did you bring any weed? Did you bring me any skunk weed? I mean, come on, you're skunk Sasquatch. You got to have some skunk weed, man. That's because that's all I can smell right now, in the place, where I hang out and stuff. Everywhere I go, coffee shops and clubs, whatever, every place, even like the yoga studios, they all smell like skunk weed. And now it makes me wonder if it's somebody smoking skunk weed, or is it the Sasquatch and they're helping people do yoga? You know what I mean? I mean, you got to admit, the Sasquatch, at least the male Sasquatch, well, I guess any Sasquatch in general, has got to have a great appreciation for yoga pants. I mean, seriously, come on, man. Yoga pants are one of the greatest things that human society has ever developed. I mean, they are just amazing, right? They're the greatest thing. I'd like to get some yoga pants and just like put them in a frame, put them on my wall. Just a pair of yoga pants in a frame. There, I'll stare at it all day. You know what I mean? They're amazing. But it really makes me wonder. Is the Sasquatch, the Skunk Sasquatch, in the yoga studio helping people out? Helping them stretch and all this sort of stuff. Because I smell it everywhere. And it makes me wonder now. How much of it was weed, and how much of it was the Sasquatch, the Skunk Sasquatch. But I wanted to first get rid of any concepts of fear. The Skunk Sasquatch, and just Sasquatch in general, shouldn't be feared. You shouldn't be scared of them. They're human. That's the first thing I wanted to mention to you, is that the Sasquatch, in all of its various forms on this planet, are humans. They're human beings who were brought here from another world, from another planet, during the dinosaur time. And the Skunk Sasquatch, they were part of that. They were brought here by the creator aliens during the dinosaur time. And they're not animals. They're human beings. They have their own language. They have a sense of humor. They have ethics and a structured society that they live. They live with other Sasquatch in the higher dimensions, mostly the fifth and sixth dimensions, or fifth and sixth spiritual planes above us. And that's why you never see a body, because they don't really spend a lot of time in this lower dimension. They're always in the higher ones. They only come down here to help with Mother Earth and take care of nature. But the Skunk Sasquatch were part of those Sasquatch who were brought here in the dinosaur times. And they've been here ever since. And they've gotten more and more advanced spiritually. And they can phase in and out of form. They can walk around in their spirit form. They can phase their bodies into immaterial form. They're not leaving their body. They're just changing the structure of their body, where they can walk through steel walls, walk through anything. There's one thing that the Skunk Sasquatch wanted me to tell you guys, was that when the Bigfoot hunters you see on television are putting up their trail cams, the Skunk Sasquatch and all the other, and usually, he said, not majority of the time there's a Sasquatch standing right next to him while they're putting up a trail cam, because they've changed their body structure. They phased it out, so it's not physical. It's spiritual, and they're standing there right next to him in a spirit body, in their spirit body. and the Bigfoot hunters have no idea at all that they're even there. That's how advanced. That's how advanced the Sasquatch really are, But they're their place and their chosen place to live their lives is in nature. And like I said, most of the time it's in the fifth and sixth spiritual planes or dimensions, and they're up there. They're living in nature in those dimensions, which are massive and just huge. And in those dimensions, and once you get up to the fifth dimension, which isn't very far away from where we're going, there is no money. People don't use money. There is no disease. There's no disease. There's no negativity. There's no crimes. All these sorts of things don't exist in those higher planes, in those higher dimensions. And that's where Mother Earth is trying to take us. That's where she's ascending to, I guess, or transcending upwards towards. And that's why the vibration and frequencies are getting higher and higher. And it's also a good thing, because spiritual things are easier now. Meditation is so much easier than it was 3 years ago. By far, it's so much easier. Things are getting so easy spiritually, and that's why I like to encourage you guys to meditate more. Try it before bed and when you wake up, because it's not hard like it used to be. I know the Skunk Sasquatch. They live mostly in Florida. He said that they're mostly in Florida with the Seminole tribe of American Indians, and the shamans and the medicine man and the tribes are aware of them, and they interact with them and they help each other just in life in general, and they interact. They're aware. The Native Americans are aware of the skunk Sasquatch. They're also in Missouri and Delaware, and they can go anywhere. They travel through portals along ley lines on the earth. They were same ley lines that you see where the pyramids are built all over the world. But there are a lot of portals. There are portals everywhere, and the more you develop spiritually, you'll start to see portals, and you really have to really start to raise your vibrations and frequencies into the higher dimensions to see the portals and to use the portals. But they're everywhere. But there are a lot of like major portals, like larger ones, and those are usually located at sacred sites across the world, like the pyramids and different vortexes, ley lines where ley lines cross. Like up in Washington State, Mount Adams, in Sedona, Arizona. And if you go to those places, you can accelerate your path to enlightenment, and you can have a lot of interaction where you can see the spirit world without becoming enlightened or without a psychedelics, because the bridge between worlds is really thin in those vortexes. The one thing the swamp or the skunk Sasquatch wanted me to tell you guys, or everyone in general, was that one thing that makes life easier is to walk with, or simply just try to practice unconditional love towards humanity and the earth. And what does that mean? It means that when you have like a negative thought, it goes back to watching your thoughts, like the Buddha taught to watch your thoughts. And when you have bad thoughts, try to think of them as being like a cloud that is disintegrating or going away. And if you watch your thoughts, if you have a bad thought, you say to yourself or in your mind that I choose unconditional love. I choose not to have this thought, and I send that thought. I send unconditional love to that thought. And I choose not to practice that, to perpetuate that thought, and I send it unconditional love. And it doesn't mean you're a total fucking pussy. It just means that you're controlling your mind. You're on the path to Buddhahood, to enlightenment. And one thing a lot of people don't know because of religion is that a lot of the spiritual masters were all trained in military tactics. They were trained in martial arts. They were put on the warrior path, trained in weapons, trained how to fight. They were trained in war strategies of war, and they weren't pussies. They weren't bitches. They would run away from a fight and stuff like that. The true story about the true history of the spiritual masters is that they were skilled. They were skilled in hand-to-hand combat and war and military strategies. But you got to have a balance. Part of enlightenment is balance. You can practice unconditional love towards all things and all beings and all things in the universe. And you can also punch somebody in the fucking face. And you can swear. You can tell people to fuck themselves. It doesn't diminish any part of your path to enlightenment. It has no effect on it. This idea of the religion wants you to be a total fucking doormat and let people walk all over you and tell them, oh, I love you. Yeah, well, fuck you. You know what I mean? Religion will create mental illness. It will make you second guess yourself in all things, almost all areas of your life, and you'll consider yourself a worthless piece of shit. And the universe is the opposite of that. The masters, they taught the opposite. They taught balance. You help people, but you don't take any shit, and you beat people down if they try to fuck with you. And you don't have to be this groveling, worthless sinner who can't do shit for himself. That's a false idea. The universe, the creator and the universe and the masters and all of the higher realms, they respond to to balance and power. You don't grovel. You say, that's where you get the concept of I am. That phrase has power, and the universe responds to it. It's not the fucking law of attraction bullshit, which it is bullshit. It's not the secret. Secret's total fucking bullshit. Well, how can that be? Because it doesn't work for everyone. Case closed. It doesn't work for everyone. If it was true, if the secret really was true, if the law of attraction really was true, everyone could do it, and everyone would be a millionaire. And it's not true. It's a fucking scam. It's a bunch of bullshit. Don't fall for it. If somebody is preaching it, if anybody's preaching anything or trying to convert you to anything, tell them to eat shit. You know, that's a great time to kick somebody in the balls. You know what I mean? Like, if they come to your, knock on your door, kick them in the balls. You know what I mean? It's not. You know, you're not throwing their head through, not throwing them through a window. You just kick somebody in the nuts. You know, it gets the message across, and you know, that doesn't really hurt them that bad. They're all right. Just a little ice, and they'll be fine. But don't fall for these type of shit. It's bullshit. And when you start to get results through meditation, and like I said, the secret to life is leave your body. Once you get out of your body, then you see how things really work. Then you see the truth of reality and everything else. And that's really what everyone, I mean, anybody who just wants to know what the fuck is going on in existence, that's the way out. The way out is in. The only way out is in. And that's the same thing all the masters said. Go within. What did Yeshua say? The temple is within. The Buddha said you need to go within yourself. The only way out, well, it's not the only way out, but the best way out is to go within, Even if you just meditate for, 2 minutes, it makes a difference. But, like I said, spirituality doesn't have liberation. Has no definition. It can't be defined. Not everyone goes through the same path of liberation of consciousness or the self or enlightenment. It's always different. Everybody's different, just like everybody's body is different. Every person's different. Liberation is different for everyone. That's why it can't be defined. That's why Buddhism's not a religion. What does it do? It liberates the soul. It liberates the person. You don't even have to believe in the soul. It liberates you. It changes your brain chemistry. It changes your blood chemistry. All the science behind meditation is solid. It's not up for debate anymore. This stuff is real, but it's not a belief system. It's not. You don't have a shared common beliefs. It's simply liberating you of whatever the fuck is holding you back in any direction or any area of your life. Meditation and all these different types of meditation and just spiritual practices will take you on a path of liberation. That's really what it is. Then you start to have vipassana, where you see the truth of your personal reality. You'll see the truth of different things. What's really going on. So, but getting back to the pot smoking skunk Sasquatch. He wasn't smoking weed. I was about to smoke weed. I was like, dude, you're interrupting my smoking. I'm about to light this joint, motherfucker. He's like, then he appeared to me. But no, I was thinking about getting out a blunt, lighting up a blunt, but it wasn't immediately before that. But I did light up a blunt, smoke some weed after he left, though. But he did say, you got to walk in unconditional love. You got to try and practice controlling your thoughts, because discipline is a form of liberation. When you can control your thoughts, you become a calmer person. You're on the path where you're starting to practice self-mastery. And that leads you to the higher planes, the higher forms of existence, and immortality. That's the other thing that a lot of people don't realize, is that the spiritual masters, they never died. They weren't put up on a cross. That's bullshit. Buddha never died. Krishna's still alive. What you read in the books and stuff aren't the true accounts. All you got to do is talk to the masters face to face, ask them these questions. It's not hard. But the skunk Sasquatch are here to help us, and they're healers. They can heal different types of afflictions or whatever type of health issue you have. The one thing that if you want to make contact with the Sasquatch or the skunk Sasquatch, they're just a thought away. You don't have to go out into the woods, and sit down there and hope you hear something knocking on a tree or whatever. They're a thought away. They're telepathic. They're interdimensional. They travel everywhere in an instant. They can be in your presence. You might not see them if they're in their spirit body, but they're there. They're here to help us, and they will help you. I've had a lot of experiences with the Sasquatch. They've helped me tremendously in my life, whether that's been physical or spiritual. I have had a lot of telepathic communication with them. I saw them physically. I saw Sasquatch up in Mount Adams in Washington State. Saw the Skunk Sasquatch today. And all you have to do is raise your vibration and frequency into the higher dimensions, and then they'll come to you, just like the masters will also. The way that you do that is by starting to try to control your thoughts in your daily routine, your daily life. Try to meditate daily if you can, or meditate every other day. Just meditate. Try to practice self-care. Self-care is important. You want to eat healthy. Eat a healthy diet, whatever that is to you. You got to follow what your body responds to. If you eat the keto diet and you feel like shit, fuck that diet. Try something else. Try a different. The electric diet. Try something else. Find the one that makes you feel good. Find the food that makes you feel good. Makes you feel happy. Because there are a lot of foods out there that will make you feel happy. Like Brussels sprouts, kale, salmon. Get the healthiest meat you can. You don't have to be a vegetarian or vegan. That's all bullshit. Being vegan or vegetarian has no effect on your path to enlightenment, your spirituality. It's another pseudo religion that wants not veganism or vegetarianism, but the concept that only a spiritual master is a vegetarian is bullshit. You are all different. We are all different. We have different paths that will get us to enlightenment, that will get us to the higher planes. Doesn't matter if you have a fucking cheeseburger. Spirituality, the spiritual practices are what matters. Doesn't matter what you're eating, but it does matter to a point where you want to find something that makes your spiritual path easier, makes you feel good. If eating carnivore diet makes you feel good, then do that. Find something that makes you feel healthy. You'll start to feel different. You feel great every day. And follow that eating pattern. It could be, you could alternate, do carnivore for 2 days, then do vegan for 3 days, then go and do keto for 3 days. Whatever variety, whatever thing you find that works for you, do it, because we're all different. There's no one system or one diet that's right for everybody. It's a bunch of bullshit. But just doing spiritual things will raise your vibration and frequency, like Tai Chi, practicing Qigong, practicing yoga, meditating, trying to do out-of-body meditation, thinking about reading philosophy. Just try going out in nature, looking at the beauty in nature and the beauty in everything, in all things, because there is no separation from the Creator. The Creator is within everything, and it is a part of everything. And in Zen meditation, if you spend a month in a Zen retreat, you'll physically start to see the Creator within everything. It'll shine through. You literally will see it, because your spiritual bodies are coming are merging with your physical body. Kriya Yoga does the same thing. So the basic message from the psychic, or from the not from the psychics, but but from the skunk Sasquatch is that they're here to help, and just think about them, meditate about them, ask them for help before you go to bed. Their message is to walk or to live your everyday life and try to practice unconditional love with yourself and with everything, everything that in existence. Try to practice unconditional love and try to control your thoughts. And then the more you can do these type of things, and also what he said was just try to do spiritual things. Just try to do something spiritual if you can every day, or just whenever you can. It really will make a difference if you want to have their help in your life, or just want to improve any aspect of your life. But I wanted to tell you guys that the majority, 95% of all Sasquatch are benevolent, and 95% of the skunk Sasquatch are benevolent. And they are human beings just like us. They were brought here from another planet, another higher dimensions, higher realms to this planet, just like we were. We were brought here about a million years or so after the Sasquatch were brought here by the creator aliens, and they're humans. They're human. They're just aliens, just like us. We're aliens. We are all aliens. Nothing on this planet is original. It was all brought here, including us, including the skunk Sasquatch. Guys, I was at the gym. I mean, I don't know how many times you've gone to the gym and just wanted to fucking punch a motherfucker. I was at the gym. I got done with my workout, and I walk into the locker room, and there's this dude. He covered his entire body with shaving cream, and I'm not kidding. This motherfucker covered his whole body with shaving cream, and my first thought was like, did you just come from a rave? Did you just come from Electric Daisy Carnival? Do you have shorts on? And he didn't. His dick was, you could see his dick and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Am I in some kind of alternate reality? The dude. I knew the guy. That was what's weird. I knew the dude, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And he's like, hey, man, I'm just shaving. It's like, what the fuck are you shaving? Your fucking ass? He's like, no, I had that bleached. It's like, oh, you don't need to shave your ass because you had your asshole bleached. Great. Why the fuck do you got shaving cream all over your entire body? And then he said he's gonna shave his entire body. It's like, well, okay. Can you do it in the shower? He said, no, man. So he sat up onto the little like cabinet area right next to the mirror, and he put one leg up and put one leg down, and he's like, I need the mirror to shave my balls, man. I gotta shave my nuts, that's why I can't do it in the shower. I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking knock you the fuck out if you don't fucking get in the fucking shower. So he started shaving his balls. Right in front of it's right in that mirror. You know how the mirrors in most gyms, they're right next to the entrance to the locker room. This motherfucker's sitting there, spread eagle, One leg on the mirror, by the mirror, one leg on the floor, shaving his fucking balls. And then he takes the fucking razor and takes it down to his fucking toes. Makes one line all the way up, goes right up. Then he shaves his face, and one line. He's got this one line up. Then he takes the other side. He's got another line going up all the way. Then he keeps going, shaving his nuts. He's like, I like to do it gradually, man. It's just too hard if I do the whole thing really fast. I'm like, dude, you're never gonna get hard again because I'm gonna punch you in the fucking nuts. You know, he's like, oh, this won't take that long, man. You know, it's like, you seriously can't shave your balls or your entire body at home. You gotta do it at the gym. And it's like, I know the dude. And the truth about it is, he's trying to get laid. Nobody's that fucking crazy to shave their fucking entire body and their nuts at the fucking gym. The dude's trying to get laid. You know what I mean? I put my hand up. I'm not looking at your fucking dick. But if you're here, by the time I'm done showering, I'm gonna fucking choke you the fuck out, naked or not. You know. He started shaving his balls faster. He started shaving them faster. You know, and I was like, dude, you better be gone by the time I fucking leave, because it's gonna be UFC time when I come out. You know, and I just, why the fuck there's some shit you do at home and there's some shit you do at the gym, and shaving your nuts is not something you do at the gym. Okay? God, it's ridiculous. It's fucking crazy ass shit. You know what I mean? And that was the one day at the gym I didn't smoke a joint before my workout, you know. So I'm just like, what the fuck, man? You know, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, some shit is just too fucking crazy to do in public, you know. And I mean, what if somebody brought their fucking kid in to the locker room? People bring their kids to gyms. What if they brought their kid in there and like some fucking weird ass jackball motherfucker is shaving his nuts? You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, you don't do that shit. It's just fucking ridiculous. This is the type of shit you do at home with your, you know, romantic partner. And then you fuck, or then you have sex, or whatever kind of crazy ass shit you do, where you put on your furry outfit, or if you're a foodie, you know, if you're a furry and a foodie, then you do that shit. You know what I mean? Whatever fucking stuff you're into, that is cool. Whatever it is, who gives a shit? Just don't, you know what I mean? You don't pull your dick out and start shaving your nuts in public at a public gym locker room. You know what I mean? The guy, he got a lot of threats. Not threats, but he got, people were like, dude, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out if you're here when I come back. You know, a lot of people told him they were knocking him the fuck out. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, though, he never did that again. He still goes to the gym. He's still a fucking jackball, weird ass motherfucker. But he never did that type of shit again. You know, it's like, and he wasn't even a bodybuilder. He didn't have a need or a reason in sports to shave his entire body. He's not even a swimmer. He doesn't compete in anything. He's just a gym rat. And it's like, I guess if you're you know, into male hygiene fanatic, you know, kind of like a metrosexual vibe, whatever. But you don't need to be shaving your balls in public, because you're going to get knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? That's just the way it goes. I mean, it's crazy shit. You don't do that shit in public. But anyway, I gotta take off, guys. And, you know, if you do go hiking, if you want to contact Sasquatch and you're on a hike, sit down and meditate, and to try to talk to them telepathically. You don't need to go out there with these fucking trail cams and fucking shotguns and shit. Because you're never going to find them. You're never going to shoot them because they don't fucking live in this dimension, bitch. You know what I mean? So seriously, they're not here. They don't live in this dimension. And even if you shot at one of them, you got a clear shot, dead on, they can just change their body into a spirit, their physical body into a spirit body, and that bullet's going to fly right through them. But really, in all honesty, just go out on a hike and sit down and meditate and contact them telepathically, and they'll respond. They'll respond. It may take a few times, it may take 100 times, but eventually they will respond to you, and they'll start to help you out in your life. Really, that's what they're here to help. And they're here to, they're for service to others. Anyway, I'm going to take off, guys, and remember to smoke weed every day, go to the gym every day, and don't forget the chocolate. Okay? All right. Take it easy. Bye.